Good morning, everyone. It's Steph here from Darwin again. So, this week's video. Hello. Hope everyone's doing all right. Yeah, I'm doing pretty well. As you can see, I've just been for a run. I had this mad idea that I'd run a marathon this year. So I'm going to do that in July. And so I'm training for that. And yeah, like I said, it's a mad idea, and it really hurts. But oh well. I'll keep you posted on my progress. I'm at the 5k mark, so you know. That's a start. Anyway, just sort of checking in. Week's been pretty good. Sort of stuck to everything I've wanted to do. Had a couple of slips-ups, but you know, always going to get that in life. So it's about me trying to reduce those slip-ups. Yeah, work's going well. It's starting to pick up. Isabel and Georgie are doing well. Isabel's in that wonderful toddler stage. Anyone who has toddlers or who has had a toddler knows exactly what I mean. And if you haven't, well then, wait until you have. You can't explain it. The not listening on purpose, that's great. Standing 2 feet away from you and you're talking to them and you know they can hear you and they're still not listening. It's wonderful. Because we love that as parents. To my mum, if you're watching this, I'm sorry I did that when I was a kid. Sorry for all the horrible things I did to you when I was a kid. I am really, really sorry. So I'm just getting so you can see me a bit better, a bit of light, because I have such a pretty face, you should be able to see it. So yeah, wanted to talk a bit this week about just sort of staying dedicated to what you're doing. A couple of days this week, should I say, not weeks, it's days this week. I've really struggled to get up at 4 o'clock, and it's not been motivation that's got me out of bed. It's been determination, dedication. I basically said I'm going to get out of bed, and if there's just no if, buts, or maybes about it, you know. So when that alarm goes off, I just get up, you know. It's not easy, and you know, there are mornings or nights that were not particularly brilliant, with children up and down, or you didn't sleep well. We've had a couple of big storms and they've woken me up. But you just got to stand up and go for it. You can't, you know, motivation comes and goes. You know, some days you don't feel like it, you know, or you're halfway through the run like I was this morning and my body's going stop, and it's just about going, you know what, I'm just going to keep going. I said I was going to do it and I'm going to do it. And, you know, if it hurts, it hurts. It's just the way it is. And I think I'm trying a new approach of letting myself suffer a bit more. I've been a bit soft. Well, I think I've been a bit soft. And I've been taking, you know, the easy way. And I think I've done that for a very long time. And so I'm trying to take the path of more resistance, got more resistance, you know. Just suffer a little bit more. Like it hurts when I run. Or, you know, like I want to go to bed but the dishes need to be done. And instead of thinking, you know, I'll do them in the morning, I just go and do the dishes, you know. Which, I mean, I suppose, if you know me, that's a bit unusual. Like, I normally would just leave them to the morning, because, you know, I'm a procrastinator. It's not important. You know, or instead of picking up my phone and looking at my phone going, you know what, I want to read this book. You know, it's a bit tough at the moment, because it's not interesting, but I'm going to just push through until I get to the end of it, because I started reading it, and you should finish what you're reading, you know. I mean, if it's an absolutely awful book, then I'll put it down, but, you know, most books have at least 1 or 2 bits where you're not that interested, you know, or you're tired, you don't want to read it. So it's about me pushing through, you know, or, you know, instead of sticking Isabel in front of the TV, you know, getting the toys out and playing with the toys and reading a book with her, you know, even though I'm tired, it's important for me to do that with her. And I suppose that's, you know, it's the bit of dedication, just saying you're going to do it, a bit of commitment, and just be prepared to take a bit of pain. So that's what I'm doing. I'm hurting myself, but in a good way, to make myself better. I don't know who came up with it first. I've heard a few people say it, that the only way you grow is through suffering. You know, it's getting to the end of something hard that takes you to that next place, to being, you know, that next level up. And so, you know, I suppose that's what I'm giving a go. You do it in the video games, may as well give it a crack in real life. Try and level up a bit. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. Getting a bit of pain on, getting a bit of suffering on. All right, I have to finish my stretching, bit of water. You know, get ready for when the 3-year-old Cyclone wakes up, and I love her. She's great. She's sleeping better, which is good. She's sleeping until 6:30 most mornings, which I'm pretty happy about. Anyway, I'm off before I just sit here and ramble for hours on end. Hit me up with some comments, questions. Let me know how you're going in your life, what you're up to, you know. Tell a few people what your big goal is for 2018. All right? You have a good one. Catch you later.